But let's talk about what's happening with this People's Convoy. We have this story from the Daily Mail. The People's Convoy reaches Illinois as it makes its way to Washington, D.C. for trucker anti-mandate protest. Capitol is on high alert ahead of State of the Union address. I will also add, over at Timcast.com, we have a reporter, Elad, who's currently tracking with the convoy right now. He's going alongside and interviewing them. Those videos are up. Be a member if you want, but they're free. We get that news reporting to you guys. But this is interesting because this is not the Freedom Convoy. This is the People's Convoy.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, so the Freedom Convoy,
two.
I don't know if the Freedom Convoy for the U.S. didn't make it or what's going on with it.
I don't know.
I
thought it was just one the whole time. I was surprised.
It was like
two.
12
There's
actually.
two.
I just know there's a convoy and it's got about 250 people and it's going to be arriving in DC on the 5th. And they're like I mentioned, maybe it's just for the State of the Union, but they have put up all the barricades around the White House, the Capitol. Two different white buildings.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, they
They're
put
all
up all the barricades. They're pretty worried about this. Do you guys think it's going to get like Trudeau level where it's just going to be honking in the Capitol?
No.
No? What do you think's going to happen?
The DC police are very, very good at dealing with protests. And I imagine, for one, the truckers probably, I think there's a good chance they won't even be able to make it into the city. As they start arriving, there's going to be cops at key entry points, and they're going to, fan the trucks in the other direction. So I don't think the trucks will get into the heart of DC like what happened with Ottawa. Boy, did they really screw that up. The simple logistics could have prevented the protesters from succeeding. But man, Canada, Trudeau and the provincial government didn't seem to know how to handle that. But I think the U.S. is going to be able to. More importantly, however, I think the bigger risk is they'll let them come in. And then you'll get some narrative about insurrection.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. They'll manipulate it. They'll use it, and they'll say, "Oh, let them come." And there's already been reports. People are saying that there have been feds who are trying to infiltrate or incite people, and they're like, "No." So I'm hearing that many of the people are saying they don't want to go to the core of DC for that reason. They want to stay slightly outside so they can make their point. Be like protest and obstruct enough without actually getting anywhere near close to these buildings.
Well, isn't it interesting that this had the effect of making people feel too afraid to protest near the actual center of political power?
Yeah.
But you might just have Ray Epps on the
exactly.
side of town. Like,
yeah,
come
Ray
on,
Epps,
guys, get over here.
Ray Epps drives a truck, and then they open the Capitol building parking garage and let the trucks go in there. And they're like, they had an insurrection in the parking garage. They weren't supposed to be in there.
He's got an open invite if Ray wants to come on the show and talk about stuff.
Maybe. I don't know about that.
FBI, no FBI, what's up?
Maybe.
What's
I think
up,
we have
indeed?
to. I think he would have to do a sit down interview answering a ton of questions before we would just have
Many.
Didn't you
you
just
play
buy?
magic
Didn't you
here?
just buy a lie detector
Yes. No, that's not
did we
work.
just buy one?
for
I would love to
donuts
test
or
one of
something with the
those.
fridge? You needed a lie detector.
Oh yeah, somebody. I bought a bunch of these donuts, and they come with. You have to build them yourself.
Yeah, they're
Was that
great.
you, Ian?
No. Did someone eat just the donut?
Ian's
No.
got
Or they
frosting
just ate
all
the
over his
frosting?
face.
Yes.
Worse.
No,
the
it wasn't me.
frost.
That's
Someone
horrifying.
stole
blasphemy.
7 icings from our donut
We
box.
have other sugars in the house. Why would they do
I
that?
want people fired.
But they didn't eat the donut.
How
So somebody
dare
took
they?
the icing and just drank it.
I would be so
Dude,
mad.
I think it might have been Joe Biden.
That's probably who
Who's
it
the
was.
sugar
Joe
head?
Biden sneaking in at 3 a.m. and he's like, "Come on, man." But he's whispering to himself, "Come on, man," as he's opening up the donut box and stealing the
come on.
icing.
Who's Hunter?
So anyway, yes.
Oh, man.
The plan is everyone's denying it, so we got a lie detector. I think we're ordering one or something.
Let's do
like
it.
a fake, thrift store lie detector or something like that. A used polygraph, and
Can
then
you
we're
get
gonna
like a top CIA quality lie detector? Can you just
Don't
buy them?
It's all
work.
BS
They don't
anyway.
work.
Yeah, they don't really work that
Because
well.
it's if you think you're lying, it'll go. If you have
It's
agitation, but
looking-
if you're lying and you're calm, it won't know. That's
looking
why they
for
don't use them in
stress.
court.
Right.
It's looking to see if you're stressed
All
by the
it's looking
question.
for,
Yeah.
So if you're nervous the whole time, it's fine. But if they see stress when you answer a question, they're going to think.
By the
"Ah,
way,
he's
that's
lying."
how the neural net and metaverse is going to be tracking you. If they sense your emotions, they're
Oh,
going to know.
dude, they can read everything.
Yeah,
about
you're
it.
gonna have to just a solidly clear mind when you're in there.
I've already joined the what are we calling it? Are we calling it the continuum or the singularity? The singularity,
what?
right?
Gosh, why?
The singularity.
Oh, don't like that.
So I got a whoop.
The
The-
boss.
I got
is
the
the
whoop.
joined.
singularity.
What is
Yeah,
this?
Luke convinced me. He said, "One of us." When I was like,
good,
"No,
yeah.
Luke, stop!" And then he pinned me down and he put the whoop on my wrist.
What is that?
You were right.
It tracks your health and it shows you like your strain and your recovery. It shows you your heart rate, your skin temperature, your resting heart rate. My resting heart rate, 48.
Beautiful.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, so I went to the doctor for a physical because I was feeling sick. Turns out I was dehydrated. And they hooked me up to the heart rate thing. And I looked at it, and it was in the low 50s. and then it dropped down to like 45, and it started going "Wah, wah, wah, wah," like low heart rate warning.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. And the nurse came in and she was like, are you very active? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And then she's like, ignored it.
Yeah,
And
when
was
I
like,
worked in the
"All right."
cardiology unit, we had a biker guy who ended up in one of the ICU units. I'm assuming he got hit by a car or something, and his alarm was constantly buzzing, and we had to set it to a lower rate because he was like hanging out in the 40s, 38, 39. They thought he had a
Whoa.
heart block, and I was like, no, it's just really freaking fit. It turns out.
Wow, good
So,
hearts,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
My goal is to get my resting heart rate to 1,
Nah, it doesn't work.
just for a moment.
No, I don't think so.
wanna try it.
The
Do
lowest
that.
I've ever seen it was, for me, was 42.
That's pretty low.
Yep. And, like I exercise a lot. But anyway, the Whoop is, somebody said, because Luke was wearing one on the show, and somebody said that it like sends all your data to the corporations or whatever, and it's got like a bunch of lasers and it's tracking everything. And I'm like, I don't know. It's telling me,
They have it all anyway.
Luke wore
But
that?
you know what
That's
the interesting thing
surprising to
is? When I wake up, it tells me like, here's your recovery from your sleep. And it's always telling me that I need to sleep for like 12 hours, but I sleep for like 6. And I'm like, I can't sleep anymore. I'm working, But it shows my recovery rate. The funny thing is, I don't need it to tell me if I feel good when I wake up because I
Right.
feel good or I feel bad.
That's weird that it's telling you you feel good.
Tim,
no,
you
it
just
shows.
think
It
you
says
feel
like
good.
78% recovery or something. It's a green, and it's like, good job.
like
and I
it's-
wake up, I'm like, I feel great.
Because technically it's proprietary, and if a crazy person gets the corporation, they could be like, yeah, let's tell him he feels like trash. Let's tell him his resting heart rate's way lower than it is. Like, screw with
No,
people.
but when I was dehydrated, I had 2 nights where my recovery was extremely low. And the issue was I was drinking regular water, not getting electrolytes, so I wasn't retaining, and that was the problem.
Interesting.
So I thought, like, I drank a bunch of water, and then I was told by the doctor, drink Gatorade. And so I
Yeah.
drank a bunch of Gatorade, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, man.
Your heart needs electrolytes.
I did not realize, because I'm always drinking, water or like lemon juice and water and stuff like that. So electrolytes, it was making me
that
feel
black
down.
water is really good. We got this new mineral black water. It's a little sweet, and it's dark brown with minerals. It has 72 different added minerals. Pretty cool.
Looks gross.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It is, yeah.
You know what you guys have too downstairs? You have air in a tank.
Air in a can.
Did you breathe
I
it?
have air in a can.
I did.
It's
What would you
trash.
think?
It's not air.
Did-
It was just
did
air.
nothing.
It's not air.
What is
It's
it?
not.
Oxygen.
95% oxygen.
Pure oxygen.
You know what?
It's not the same thing. So this is I'm a smart ass, right? So we
Yes.
were at
I hate you, Tim.
we were at Dick's Sporting Goods, and we were getting a new treadmill and we're getting a new workout thing because we genuinely here want everyone to work out, and I even said like I'll get like a trainer to get everybody to exercise because we want people to eat right and be better and be strong, and the guy, they have these oxygen canisters at the counter when we're checking out, and I said, inhaling pure oxygen's bad for you. It's 95%. And the guy goes, no, it isn't. It's just air. And I was like, nope, actually, it's not. It's oxygen. And he goes, and what do you breathe? And I was like, we breathe air, which is a combination of mostly nitrogen,
Yeah,
carbon
nitrogen,
dioxide,
oxygen.
oxygen, trace gases like methane. And then he was like, oh. And I'm like, people really think that we breathe oxygen. That's like all air is.
78% nitrogen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't like the atmosphere ignite if it was like above like a certain percentage of oxygen or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Rust
that's probably why it
immediately.
burned off. That's probably what happened.
I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know all about
Maybe
that.
that's
All I
what
know
happened.
is that I learned when I was like in 5th grade that it's mostly nitrogen or whatever.
Yeah,
We're just
a
breathing.
lot of
It's an inert
nitrogen.
gas.
Nitrogen is a fascinating chemical.
Is it?
So it's air. It's I'm sorry, it's
Nitrogen.
gas.
You got
It's
another
not air.
chemical.
When you say what's in there, it's gas. It's fluid. It's not necessarily air.
Oh, hey,
It's
the
a kind of air, I guess.
All right,
So
so,
they-
air.
Come on.
So yeah.
Let's go with air.
they officially started the State of the Union stream.
They started early.
Is he
no,
on
no,
time?
No.
I can't believe Biden's trying to compete
The
with us.
stream has begun.
Oh, cool.
But right now it's just a picture of Joe Biden.
He needs like a band to play it. Like
Does
he
that
needs
mean
Why do you
he's
think
Coldplay or
they?
something.
Why do you think they disabled the comments? I thought there was like a First Amendment here in the
Yeah,
United States.
81 million.
Why do you
votes,
think they hid
baby.
the dislike count?
That's crazy.
Do you guys? Hey, install
Oh,
install the dislike button app on Chrome.
Let's check that right now.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't
I have it
actually
on my
do that.
laptop.
It doesn't
Oh, no.
actually
Yeah,
show you
use
the
Chrome.
real dislike count.
Yeah.
It guesses.
Based
Really?
on what did you get?
It guesses based on
What you used to
you can
get,
read
maybe?
you can read. They say the first wave was based on the data they already had on dislikes, and the next is based on metrics that correlate with dislikes or something.
I feel
So,
like
like-
we could test this theory by looking in the back end and then getting someone else
Yeah.
to use it on our video, you know?
Yeah.
I could see you could track the amount of total clicks, then the amount of total likes, and then subtract it, and then get the amount of total dislike.
I
likes.
will
But they don't have a
say,
dislike button anymore, do they?
I've noticed that since they've gotten rid of the dislike button, I get way less dislikes.
Yeah, I was going to say people
Yeah.
don't feel as driven to do so because it's not going to be a bad look for you.
In the beginning
I
of YouTube,
hate it.
it was a
It is dumb.
5-star.
It's
Remember
weird.
when they used to rate 5 stars, 1 through 5 stars?
Yeah.
I would give someone 5 stars or I wouldn't vote. I hated trashing people.
Like Uber drivers.
Yeah.
You got to give them 5 stars or
That's right.
Or just don't worry.
Otherwise they get fired.
They know
Come
where
on.
you
Unless
live.
they're speeding, and then let everyone know
Come
you're
on,
not
man.
safe.
So they disabled the comments, and I just want to say, so we have right here the President's State of the Union address from the White House official YouTube, which of course is public domain.
Of course, yeah.
And chat is disabled. I would love to see that nightmare of a hellscape if they allowed it, and they should. And I actually think, I think they should be obligated to have that because what's interesting is it says they've disabled it. That means the government has barred the public from something that should be there.
Like, didn't they try to sue Donald
They
Trump for
did.
blocking people on
Successfully.
Twitter?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the argument they could say is by having no chat for anyone, it's not,
Very equal.
but I would argue this. They've disabled chat for the public, and chat is a basic core function of a live stream. Therefore, my argument is the government is suppressing the right of the people to speak at a public event.
And dissociate.
Especially when the internet has become the new public sphere.
Yeah.
You look at with lockdown, like
Yeah.
you forced us in our homes, and now we're all online, and now we've got the metaverse, and now this is the new public sphere where we all talk and deal with our issues. And yeah,
It's
Should
like
we
if the
sue?
president was doing it in the public square and a politician was speaking in the public square and they said, you can come and watch this, but don't you
May
dare
not
speak to
speak.
your neighbor.
Well, let me ask. I'll ask the audience. For those that are listening, do you think that we should inquire? I say inquire because do you think we should inquire about filing a lawsuit over the disabling of chats for public broadcasts?
Hit 1 if you think so.
No. Hit 20 because 20 means
You rolled
critical
20.
Success.
You're correct.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, if you think we should inquire about suing to make sure that core chat functions that are a basic part. So let me explain. I say inquire because I don't know the law. We'll talk to a lawyer and see what they say. But here's my argument. When you start a live stream, and we do every day, Monday through Friday, not every single day, but we have to actually choose to not have a chat. We click disable chat. Actually, they may have changed that.
no, I
should
think
look
it's
at
still
that.
you can enable and
Yeah.
disable chat. And
But I
chat
think it's
replay.
they might have changed it to by default be disabled. In which case,
It's replay is disabled by default, but I think chat is automatic.
well, so there's the question. If chat is, everyone's saying 20. Absolutely.
everyone's saying 20,
If
yeah.
if chat is it says chat is disabled. That says to me that they have chosen to remove it. I think then the government should not have access to remove something. It's a private company, YouTube. Donald Trump got sued and lost over blocking people.
Yeah.
I don't think Biden should be able to get rid of the streams. And I believe that, you know why they disabled it? Because it would be people saying, we hate you, you're awful, we hate you.
It would be funny as
It would be
hell.
hysterical.
Yeah.
It would.
But instead, because the public is not allowed to comment on this and make fun of Biden, we're going to have to provide that service for you
That's
guys.
right.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.